Hello, my name is Shakir Adas, and today I am going to tell you about the manufacturing of a brake caliper. My topic is the automobile product that I have chosen, the automobile component that is brake caliper. So, moving on to introduction phase, brake caliper is basically a crucial component of a car's braking system because, as we all know, that braking is very important in every automobile system, either it's a motorcycle or a motor car, and it ensures safe and dependable vehicle deceleration. It decelerates the vehicle. So, in the introduction part of the report also views the overview of the brake caliper manufacturing processes as well as procedures, materials, and quality control methods. So, what are the basic objectives of this report? It is to understand the fundamental and functional requirements and performance standards of a brake caliper, analyzing materials and their properties for brake caliper, exploring manufacturing procedures such as casting, machining, and others as well, which will be discussed later on. Apart from that, it is the heat treatment and surface coating of for durability and corrosion resistance, assessment of quality control techniques, and testing processes. Now let's go on to literature review. So the literature review basically tells about the importance of the brake caliper for vehicle safety and control. Basically, the common components of braking system are brake calipers, pads, rotors, lines, and master cylinder. But all of these things, the main thing is the brake caliper as well. So as we discussed above, that brake caliper is an important and integral part of this entire braking system of an automobile. So brake caliper converts hydraulic pressure to mechanical force. It is a critical function in generating friction against the rotor, and the friction basically makes the system stop, makes the automobile stop. Different type of brake calipers are there, such as floating and fixed calipers, depending on their benefits and all. So, importance of brake calipers in vehicle safety. It is crucial for safe vehicle operation and braking performance, which directly impacts the safety of the control. It is for the smooth and responsive brake pedal feel, reduces delay or sponginess in the braking system. And there are a lot of manufacturing systems that how the brake calipers are manufactured. The brake caliper are mainly manufactured like first of all a design is made, then it is casted. So there are benefits of casting like cost advantages, increased production quantities, and decreased material waste. And there are as well casting different type of casting processes as well. And then after casting, it is on to machining, then benefits of machining, and then manufacturing technology advantages, which we will discuss later on in detail. And the functional requirements of brake caliper system is that it has adequate clamping force on brake pads for effective friction contact with the rotor, which basically stops the speed of the automobile. It applies consistent pressure on the brake pads to prevent vibrations or noise during braking, and stiffness and resistance to deflection for maximum performance and accurate brake pedal free. Performance criteria for a brake calipers. What is the main essential requirement for a brake caliper? Like braking, it should be very efficient so that brake efficiency is large. Brake efficiency for appropriate braking force and reduced stopping distances. Heat dissipation capacities to avoid overheating and maintaining the braking performance. And the low brake drag to reduce wear and increase fuel efficiency. This is also very important point. Also be corrosion resistance so that it can last longer. The material selection for brake calipers. So the main material with which the brake caliper is made is of cast iron. There are other materials such as aluminum alloys which allows the strength, weight reduction, corrosion resistance and heat dissipation as well. So we also have to consider on composite materials like carbon, ceramic composites for high performance calipers. Basically carbon, ceramic composites are basically lightweight and they are also efficient. So mostly the things that are used now is composite materials for most of the things manufacturing. And the cost manufacturing capacity capability obviously is an important part. Then the manufacturing processes that are used we are now discussing in detail. First of all, there is a design and engineering. There is a complete 3D model in a CAD software for a braking system, obviously. Then it is afterwards manufactured and made using different, you can say, the materials. We have to also go to the structural analysis and simulation techniques so that we can test the stability of the braking caliper. The next is the material preparation. So in material preparation, we have to prepare the molds. Basically, this is called the casting. We have to prepare molds, cores, and gating mechanisms. Then solidifying the molded metal to obtain a rough brake caliper, which is a strong brake caliper. Then the casting is done. The casting is basically, it is the same as you can say the molding. In the mold we put the cast materials and then it is made. After that machining is done, we're removing the excess material from the thing, from the brake caliper. After that, heat treatment and surface coating is done to give a fine finish to the brake caliper. After that, the quality checks and assemblage of the brake caliper is done, and quality checks like quality testing and different types of tests are performed. So to check that it performs well, which is the visual inspections, functional testing, measurements, and all. Last is the finishing and packaging. So obviously, all of you know that the finishing and packaging is one of the crucial factor. We have to like pack and then deliver it to persons. What is quality control and assurance here? Inspection and testing for procedures for brake calipers. So dimensional checks using precision measurement devices are done to check the tolerance. We have basically discussed that above, but this is in a bit detail. Then functional tests are performed to check the stability, the overall you can say the compressive tests are done by applying forces to check that whether it can bear forces, and if it cannot does not bear force, then obviously a new design has to be proposed or a new material has to be chosen. Then statistical processes are done, which is you can say the X chart, X bar charts and R charts are made to check overall the functionality of the brake caliper. After that, the defect analysis and corrosion actions are done. And this is basically the FME analysis. You can say the FE analysis are done on the software parts to check whether it is working properly or not. Then cost analysis. Cost analysis is also a crucial uh, aspect here. So cost estimation for brake caliper manufacturing setup. So it has to be fixed expenses, it should be variable cost and consideration of production facility size, machine acquisition, leasing cost, and infrastructure development charges. Next is the cost analysis, in which we have to obviously tell the material and labor cost, how much material the cost is to make overall, you can say one brake caliper, and obviously the labor cost is there as well. So it should be economic viable and return on investment. All of these things like ROE, the gross product manufactured, the net profit margin, all of these are done. And then what is this the environment? It is has an environmental impact and sustainability. This is one of the crucial factor in today's era. Like we have to make it a sustainable product. Like it does not emit too much carbon dioxide or anything due to its friction, and it is not it does not give any air pollution, water pollution, so it does not impact anything in the life. And how much energy it consumes, how much it is efficient. It should consume less energy and it should be more efficient, so that and it should like dissipate less energy into the environment so that it is sustainable. Then waste management and recycling. Then there is an importance of waste management in reducing the environmental impact. Then there are different methods so that we can reduce the waste management. Then recycling. We for the waste that are generated during the production of the brake caliper, we can reduce them. We can recycle them so that the waste do not emit anything, and it is also saves the cost. Same is the case with sustainable manufacturing practices. Now, moving on to conclusion, what do we have basically uh, done so far here? The detailed understanding of the brake caliper manufacturing processes, what is the importance of brake caliper, how it is examined, what are the main steps in manufacturing of the brake calipers like casting, machining, then obviously packaging and all. Then the cost analysis, and then how it is environmental stable and how it prevents everything, and recommendations for future research. Then we have to focus more on the waste reduction techniques. We have to go on the alternative methods for improving the performance and reduce environmental impact of it. Moreover, the development of comprehensive sustainable assessment should also be done here, so that they're the best. And thank you.